Hey y'all, this is Travell Richardson, and this is the Be Ready anthem, y'all. I hope y'all ready. Stay ready, be ready, 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 stay ready. Every show, new face, new dream. Young man out here building a team from the track to the court to the turf and the ring. They all grown different, but they got the same theme. Putting in work when the lights not on. Late night, early morning, still going strong. They don't do it for the lights, they do it for the fight. Future looking bright, cause they training for their life. So be ready, stay ready, 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 be ready, stay ready. Spotlight on them, time to show love. Brother smart and dream, all star from above. The hustle in their heart, purpose in their feet, and they voice on this mic that echoes in the streets. Every episode, no cap, no fake. Just young bugs grinding rising to the stage. Different faces, same goals. Rise above the pressure, yeah, holding goals. So be ready, stay ready, 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 be ready, stay ready. So put your hands together for my boys, Coach Tony and Carlos, for the Be Ready podcast coming on right now. Let's get it, let's go, y'all.
Oh, yeah. Yes, y'all. We are back live and in color once again. We want to welcome y'all to episode 90. Yeah, I said it. Episode 90. We have made it to 90 episodes. We are 10 episodes away from our historic 100th episode that we can't wait to bring it to you. Whoever would have thought when me and Carlos started this podcast just off an idea, you know. I wanted to give the youth an avenue to to get themselves known because they don't have too many avenues out there. And Carlos wants to make a career in broadcasting. So we kind of brought to both of our worlds together, and the Be Ready Sports podcast was born just off of an idea. It wouldn't have came into fruition if it wasn't for my man Bruce Hope. Shout out to the Format Podcast. You catch him every morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, live on YouTube, the Format Podcast. Go ahead and subscribe to his channel. They do great sports content and teach you a few things and it'll make you laugh. So if it wasn't for that man Bruce Hope, if you don't know who he is, go into our archives, scroll to the bottom, go to our very first episode, and you will find the man who paved the way and got Be Ready Sports Podcast started. So here we are. That was the end of April, beginning of May, right before the summer. Whoever would have thought? Here we are, a couple days out of Christmas, and we're 90 episodes in. So we have interviewed a grand total of 87 youth athletes. But the one that we have today is very unique. He is one of one out of all 87 of them. And you're going to find out today. This young man, I predict, I'm going to say it on December 21st, 2025 at 9:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time that our guest today is going to be our future president 40 years from now. That's how much I believe in this young man. This young man is very inspiring. If he was my son, I would be extremely proud of him, and I would get on his nerves because I would tell him every freaking single day. Wake up in the morning, he gonna say, "Hey, son, I'm proud of you. Let's go seize the day." That'll be our motto every morning. Before you, when he lays his head down, "Hey, great job, son. You seized the day today. Now let's do it again tomorrow." Every single day, I would tell that young man. Every single day, and I will. When before I lay down, I'll praise God every day for blessing me with such a wonderful child. That's how special this young man is that we have on our show today. He is one of one. Not only is he a multi-sport athlete, he's a Muay Thai, baseball, swimming, uh, golf, bowling. Um, very competitive. He's like the Michael Jordan of youth sports. He does it all. The only thing he doesn't do is play video games and fly. But I take that back because he flies everywhere. But when I mean fly, is like he's not going to jump off the building and fly like a bird. Um, this young man has been all over the world, inspiring many. Um, his very passion is motivating others, which caught my attention and which brought him on the Be Ready Sports podcast. So, like I said, our guest tonight is one of one, and we've had some very special young men on here, but this man tops them all. No disrespect to anybody else we had on here, but you guys are going to understand why. That his story touched my heart. That's why I had to bring him on here. Um, busy man. He had a busy weekend. Done a ton of interviews this weekend. Um, we had to reschedule it for today. That's how busy he is. But he has blessed us with his presence to come on the Be Ready Sports podcast. So before I introduce my co-host for the evening, I'm going to give the floor here and welcome to the Be Ready Sports podcast, our special guest, Mr. William Miller. If Carlos was here, he'll tell you you must be special to Coach T because not everybody gets the alarm on their introduction.
True.
So let's break the ice, Mr. Miller, and tell everybody a little bit about you.
Yeah, my name's William Miller. I'm 10 years old. I'm a public speaker and a reporter. And my whole story starts out when I was 8 years old, and there was lots of street racing in my community, right? And eventually my grandma almost got hit by a car. So I went to my local city government and I asked them to change something. I spoke, they listened, and together we made change, and they put up a traffic light 6 months later. And since then, I spoke in New York, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Phoenix, Texas, and soon to be Chicago. I started all of this speaking because after I spoke to the city council, I realized I'm a good speaker and I can make something out of this.
Awesome. And we are so happy that you started public speaking. And because of your public speaking, you're on the Be Ready Sports podcast. So thank you, Mr. Miller.
Thank
And
you.
and second, I know you guys love to see Mr. Carlos Rios, aka Aiden Ross. Shout out to Lambo Landon, who keeps calling him that. Well, Carlos has had a huge tournament this weekend in Tennessee with his high school varsity basketball team. He was over there kicking some butt, and he just got back late tonight. So, didn't want him to come on the Be Ready Sports podcast with jet lag and over here boring you guys to death. And you guys start throwing tomatoes at your camera, talking about get them off. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah. So filling in for Mr. Carlos, and he has some huge shoes to fill because that boy is very knowledgeable in his sports. But this young, but I didn't bring anybody on here to be my co-host for you, Mr. Miller. I've been knowing Brandon here for about a year and a half, and he's very experienced with podcasts. He's actually done a few himself. So he's actually the father of one of my youth athletes, Mr. Bryce Miller, I mean Bryce Pav. I said Miller. So I got Miller on the tongue. Um, Mr. Bryce, who you guys see, I post about almost every day uh, on our podcast. So I kind of mentor his son, and we do a lot of talking about the Lord. We share daily prayers every day, and we got to know each other pretty well. That's my brother over there,
Hmm.
Mr. Brandon. So he's gonna fill in and be. I couldn't ask for nobody better to be my co-host tonight for you, Mr. Miller.
Appreciate it.
So, Mr. Brandon,
Yes,
I
sir.
know your introduction wasn't as flamboyant as Mr.
Uh,
Miller's, but let's
my
break
my
the ice.
story goes back before I was 8 years old, though, so you don't want to hear all that.
Just break the ice and tell the audience a little bit about you.
Yeah, sure. So my background was more on the technology side. I run a technology business, and when we had kids and we saw some talent, it was an exploration of how the mentors in my life over the years could translate into my kids. And I think God gave us kids as our first little influence ground. And so I've always looked for great young men like William Miller, like Coach T, to mentor and encourage and motivate and inspire my kids. And so I think at the end of the day, we just have a ton in common here. I'm excited to ask you some questions, William, and dig into some of your what excites and motivates you, and really continue to build that relationship with a lot of the athletes that we have that are watching this right now and listening to it, and some of the parents of the athletes too, because I'm in that boat too, traveling all over the place. I know your dad and your family is supported you as well, and you have a great leadership, mentorship system around you. But yeah, it's a pleasure to be here, Coach T. Um, I'll ask the questions when you're ready, and then you just kind of let me know what to do next, and we'll hit it.
All right. And next, for Mr. Miller, I'm gonna ask your dad to pop his head in here so YouTube know that he's right there with you. He literally just popped his head in. Didn't say a word. Shout out to dad. Shout out.
Shout out, Dad.
And we have a special place in our hearts for all the parents of these athletes that we bring on here and the ones that are coming. Um, without you guys making the sacrifices for these young men and women to do what they need to do, your guys are not going unnoticed. So I firsthand knows how hard it is. There's weekends you had a long day, you want to stretch out and relax, and you got to get up for that 7 8 a.m. Baseball game or basketball game, or in Mr. Miller's case, this conference that you need to go to, and you're like, "Ah, I can't show my kid no weakness. Let me go out here and make it happen because he's working just as hard." So we got a lot of respect for y'all parents and a lot of love, and keep doing what y'all doing. Um, we got our first question in the chat. They want to know how y'all land Mr. Miller. Easy. All I said was, "Hey, Mr. Miller, we want you on the Be Ready Sports podcast. You want to come on?" He said, "Yes." That's how we landed Mr. Miller. That simple. Don't be afraid to ask. And you never know. All right, before we get started, let me just give a little quick heads up of the state of the podcast. We're currently, like I told you earlier, 10 episodes away from our 100th episode. And that is a huge milestone for me and Carlos. Um, we're started this with 0 subscribers, and on our YouTube we're up to 279 subscribers. So guys, make sure, I'm gonna do what Carlos always tells me to do. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. All our episodes, like them and share them to your friends and family, not just to help boost our podcast, but to get more eyes on our athletes. So we want them to. We've had a few build connections through this podcast, and we want to keep it going. So it's mainly for them. You're
Yes.
sharing this for them. All right.
Like and share.
Like and share and subscribe, so you know anytime we're bringing on new athletes, and on our YouTube, on our Instagram, which we're streaming to as well. Going through the ticker at the top, and on Instagram, you'll see at the top. Our Instagram, of course, is Be Ready Sports. Go ahead and give us a follow, and you'll know every time we go live. All right. On Instagram, we are at 1,330 followers. We started that with 0 6 months ago. All of our followers are authentic, real people, no bots, none bought. These are all legitimate guests, family of guests, and our supporters on there. So all authentic. So keep the train going. The more we grow, the more people will see these athletes as well. Um, also, we also youth that I work with hand in hand. We work with and sponsor the Hurricane Basketball Academy. Well, you can't see the name because thanks to Big Head Jason over here pointing at his jersey. He always want to be different, but um, come out, join the Hurricane Basketball Academy. We down here in South Florida, here in Sunrise, Florida, and in Cooper City. Contact me. And my phone number 954-664-8962, or you can inbox us on our YouTube channel here at the Be Ready Sports Podcast, or on Instagram at the Hurricane B Ball or Be Ready Sports Podcast. I'm going to bring your kid out. Go ahead. We've had a couple of our kids on here. Last episode, Mr. Corbin Hazel told y'all how much fun he's having in there and how much I troll him at practice. So let's go. Let's get this show rolling. Let's talk a little sports. You down with that, Mr. Miller?
I'm down.
All right, let's talk field hockey. How much you? No, I'm kidding, man. We ain't about to talk about no dang on field hockey. He was looking. His eyes got big. He was like, field hockey? We didn't talk about that.
You got me on that one too.
All right. So real quick, unless you were born under a rock or you just don't care, we have the college football playoff going on right now. As y'all can see, the disaster that was the first round is over. As you know, James Madison and Tulane, shocker to everybody, is eliminated in historically bad fashion. So we're down to our top 8: Alabama, Indiana, Oregon, Texas Tech. Down here, the most annoying fan base that there is, the Miami Hurricanes, against Ohio State. And last but not least, you got Ole Miss,
Georgia,
and the Georgia Bulldogs. All right. So I'm gonna start with I'm speaking of my co-host. He comes right on time when we start talking football.
Hey man,
Shout out to
Carlos
Carlos.
For real. So
Shout out to Carlos Rios. So without further ado, which game? I'll start with you, Brandon. Which game out of the Final Four? I believe they're what, New Year's Eve, right? I think all these games are going to be New Year's Eve for the second round. So, which game are you looking forward to?
I actually think that Texas Tech Oregon game is going to be a nice shootout if you're looking for offense, and I think if you're looking for defense, you're going to get that Georgia Ole Miss game going to be in the less than 20 points. So I would take the under on those guys, but of course I'm going to root for the IU Hoosiers over Alabama, and you never know with those Hurricanes. I know they upset Texas A&M, so you never know if they could upset Ohio State or at least put up a good fight. I don't know. I'm not in South Florida here in the Buzz. You know that better than I, Coach T, but I think there's going to be a whole plethora of scores here, and I don't think they're all going to be close either. I think you're going to have some disparity there, depending on who shows up,
Okay, so who do you pick?
Oh, I'm picking IU to win the whole thing. I think it's going to be IU and Georgia in the final. That's my hunch. And then I think IU is going to pull it off and at least take it by seven or more. But I'm not going to go with more than +7 on IU. They just haven't had anybody except Ohio State that's pushed them to within a score like that. And it's been a great year for them. So I don't see the momentum of the preparation going down, and I don't think Signetti, he runs a tight ship. So I think he's going to keep them focused with the week off, and I think they're going to win. I also think Georgia's just underlooked because Ohio State is seen as just barely escaping that top seed in that Big Ten championship, and I think Georgia is going to come to play if they do end up playing Ohio State in that semifinal game. So,
okay,
just my opinion.
So he picking Indiana. Shocker.
Yeah.
Mr. Miller.
Hoosier.
Mr. Miller. If you agree with Brendan, I'm kicking you off the podcast. I'm kidding. All right. So out of the top 8, which games are you looking forward to? I know Brandon said the Oregon Texas Tech for offense, which I agree with. I think that one's going to be a very high scoring game. Neither one of them knows how to play defense. and I'm going to say the Alabama Indiana, because Alabama should not be there with 3 losses. That's my opinion. I don't care that they did upset OU. I think that should be Notre Dame's spot. I would love to see Indiana put a butt whooping on Notre Dame. But which game are you looking forward to, and who would you pick to go all the way?
Man, I would just agree with Brandon. Brandon. Yep.
Oh my! He wants me to kick him off.
Hey man, he knows what's real, bro. He knows it's real. I gave you some over/under analysis too, there, Coach T.
I'll be honest with you guys. I don't know too much about it, so I'll just agree with Brandon.
Mr. Miller, we talked about that in the green room, and you wasn't supposed to say that.
Man,
I'm kidding.
Let's get the show on the road.
I'm kidding, man. All right, so you guys are all going with Indiana. I'm going to be devil's advocate, and I think Ohio State's going to repeat. Ooh, big bad Coach T. Ooh. And if I could speak for my co-host, I think he would pick. It's either going to be Ohio State or Georgia, if I can remember who he picked. All right. Well, that's college football. Carlos would kill me if I didn't bring up college football, so that's why I brought it up. But real quick, we're going to run over. We had a big entertaining fight that happened this weekend.
Yes, we did.
Really? Carlos. Really? When did you pick Indiana?
He knows.
When did you pick Indiana, Carlos? I have never heard you say Indiana was going to win it all. He's trolling me, dog. He's trolling me. All right. We did have a big fight this weekend down here in Miami between Jake the Snake Paul and Anthony Two-Tone Joshua. I just gave them nicknames, y'all. And unless y'all born on the rock, y'all know Anthony Joshua was the winner. So, Anthony Joshua, you get. You know what I'm about to do, right, Mr. Miller?
What you about to do?
You know what I'm about to do. The knockout heard around the world
KO,
in celebrity boxing.
KO, KO.
Go.
Well, if I don't know how many people actually watched the fight, I wouldn't even call it a fight. But I will say it was very, very entertaining. For people that hate Jake Paul to see him crawl around the ring, like he was doing, like in an episode of Martin when he was fighting, what was it, Bernard Hopkins on the show, and he was crawling around the ring. It looked just like that episode, just in
He
real
was
life.
he was crawling around a ring for $92 million. Is probably what he was doing.
Yeah, he took a couple body shots and was like, nah, man,
That's
y'all
it.
don't pay me enough for this, and started crawling around the ring. But I think he would have. He was going to let him survive if he wasn't, Jake Paul stuck his tongue out at him too many times, and he said, "All right, fight's over." He caught him with an uppercut and then an overhead right, and that fractured his jaw in two places, and that was that. So, what are your thoughts? I'm gonna start with my our guest today, Mr. Miller, and I'm gonna have you end it with some sound advice to give Mr. Jake Paul. But what was your thoughts on the fight? If you want to call it that.
Yeah. Like how you said, if you want to call it an even a fight, I saw it was just crazy, man. Jake Paul. Some advice I would give Jake Paul, man. One little advice is don't put too much in your mouth and that you can't hold it. Have you ever heard of that? Like, don't put too much in your mouth that you can't eat. Something like that. Cause Anthony Joshua just demolished him.
You want to hear
He didn't know
something?
what to do. He tried to tackle Anthony. Anthony did not care and just broke his jaw. Yep.
You know what you just said. Our grandparents taught us when we were little about that. They used to say, "Don't write checks that you can't cash." And so that's what we used to say. You saying the exact same thing.
Pride goes before a fall, right, Coach?
That's another saying. But he's very, very right, man. And that,
Yeah.
he caught a couple body shots, and just like my co-host said, Anthony Joshua's right hand is very lethal. He done knocked out plenty better fighters than Jake Paul with that right hand. So, but I don't think he would have fractured his jaw if Jake Paul wasn't acting so cocky for a man that wasn't really fighting. But what was your thoughts on the fight, Brandon, or lack thereof, if you want to call it that?
Yeah, the professional one. It was a professional versus kind of a showman, and that's happened before. We've seen a couple of those fights that got some big box scores. Or we've seen golf tournaments. With Tiger versus one of his enemies, or we've seen, Mr. 50, win boxing matches, So I think obviously there was no doubt going into it who was going to win. I'm kind of surprised that Jake made it as long as he did, honestly,
because he was running.
Because he was running, right, William? I mean, when you only have so much space in a ring, you run out of gas eventually. And so
it started in the beginning of the fight when he felt those first two body shots, and he knew, he was like, "Oh, I cannot take too many of these."
No,
that's because he was started the fight. You see, he was trying to go toe to toe with him, He was actually doing good until Joshua landed those body shots on him. Then that's when he fell to the ropes because he was knocked out on his feet. The first body shot he received, he was knocked out, and he fell to the ropes. And then that's when he started crawling and running around. So
Yep.
shout out to shout out to Mr. Joshua. When Carlos comes back, we'll talk about the next fight that Anthony Joshua, he's actually going to go 1-on-1 with Tyson Fury. So that's going to be a huge one.
That'll be a real fight. That'll be a real fight. Nothing against Jake Paul, but I mean, he's a podcaster, and he's probably taking his broken jaw to the bank too for all the money he made from losing. So
this
he
pretty
probably
bad.
doesn't even care.
They had to move, I think, 4 of his teeth.
Oh,
and he's going to be drinking meals through a straw for the next.
That's going to be a dental plan I don't want to pay for.
But as Carlos said, yes, Jake was trying to trip several times. It was ridiculous, and the ref literally did tell him. I think it was in the 4th or 5th round. Told him to straighten up, and the fans did not pay to see that. The ref actually told him that. So yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing that happened, I don't know if you guys paid attention. His brother is also the biggest troll there is. So he made it worse for for Jake. He was trash talking Anthony Joshua during the fight. And he literally told Joshua this. He said, "What are you going to do? This could be a legacy ender as far as him like losing to Jake Paul." And then not even 2 minutes later, he knocks out his brother. So what are your thoughts on that, Mr. Miller?
Well, my thoughts on that is can't be talking bad about your enemy. It wasn't directly Logan Paul's direct enemy, but it's basically someone that you're not cheering for. You never underestimate your opponent.
No, because
William,
I don't know if you know, Mr. Miller, but Logan Paul is in fake fighting in the WWE.
Yep.
So he kind of took that approach.
Jake Paul, fake.
Yeah, he kind of took that. He kind of took that towards this fight, and it kind of worked against him, and he got his brother KO'd.
Right.
This is one thing, William, you know a lot about in motivation. Do you think trash talking the opponent right before the fight is gonna help or hurt his brother? Right? I don't know. Some people respond to trash talking as a motivator, and some people let it get to them. Right?
Well, exactly what Anthony did. He didn't let it get to him. He's like, oh yeah, and then 2 minutes later he knocked out his brother.
Didn't just knock him out, fractured his jaw. And I didn't post it on here because we have a young audience, but there is a picture that shout out to these photographers, man. They are very good at their job. Someone caught a picture of when Anthony Joshua's right hand connected with Jake Paul's jaw at the exact time he fractured it, and you see his jaw moving to the side just like this.
Yep, I seen that one.
That was crazy. That was crazy. But you guys got any other final thoughts on this fight or lack thereof?
Nah, I think everything that is said has already been taken care of. Jake Paul is not a real fighter, and Anthony Joshua proved that by knocking him out. And yep.
Well, Jake Paul did say, well, he won't get in the ring with any more heavyweight boxers.
I mean, maybe he can fight, but not with these big boys.
He's not fighting. He said he's not fighting any more heavyweights. You think he learned his lesson?
Yep.
Like he said, he's going to go back down to cruiserweight. So
Yeah.
do y'all think he should have kept that Tank Davis fight?
Yep. Well, I mean, he talked a big game and then didn't come through with it. So at the end of the day, he may be a fighter, but he lost bad to this professional. So end the story. Let your game stay on the court. Don't worry about the trash talking, and let your game speak for itself, right, William?
Exactly.
Right.
Well, there was another fight that happened. Unless y'all know me, I'm a huge Anderson Silva fan. And what made me get more respect for him even more, and my co-host can back this up in the chat, was Anderson Silva. I can't remember who he fought, but he had a horrific leg injury live on camera. You can look it up on YouTube. He blocked the leg. His leg kick was blocked by his opponent and he fractured his shin in two places. So that could have ended. And you're in Muay Thai. You're a fighter as well, Mr. Miller. You know how devastating it is to a fighter to have a leg injury.
Yep.
It's very hard.
You ever seen that video? Conor McGregor's fighting and he like breaks his leg in half as he trips, and then that literally ended his entire career.
Yep.
I'm not going to wood because I don't wish that for nobody, but leg injuries are very devastating to a fighter.
Yep.
But to see him bounce back from that was amazing. And at 50 years old, he scored a huge win on Friday. Yeah, 50-year-old Anderson Silva knocked out Tyron Woodley. I believe it was in the fourth round. So I don't have the video for copyright reasons. But before he knocked him out, he did a thing where he tapped his ankle before he knocked him out. He tapped his ankle and then hit him with a combo and boom, floored him, as y'all can see from the pictures here. So shout out to Mr. Anderson Silva at 50 years old, securing a huge knockout victory over Tyron Woodley. What are your thoughts? What are you guys' thoughts on that?
I mean, it's really awesome that Mr. Anderson Silva was able to come back and knock out Woodley, and it's probably a really big win for him because he's 50 years old, getting old, and he's able to get this big achievements even after a big injury.
Yeah, that was like a few years ago, but it was good to see him back in there. Yeah. What do you think about that, Brandon?
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about motivation today. I mean, for someone to deal with that level of basically disaster. I mean, your legs are your balance, your center of gravity, your the back half of the force from every punch. I mean, and to get a serious injury like that, even though it was several years ago, and come back and have him tap his ankle just out of motivation to remind him, what he's gone through and how he's been able to overcome that and be able to, take on someone much younger and take him out with a KO. I mean, that it just speaks to the power of the human spirit and the ability for someone to use their adversity as motivation. And that's something William used just to get a traffic light in his town. And, it's something that fighters use all the time to remind them that, hey, life isn't easy. Life isn't fair. Life is hard. And it's the fighters, it's the winners, right, William, that choose to overcome it and make something that really was a tough situation turn into a really big win for him, even if it's just a moral victory over a guy that he probably would have knocked out even faster when he was younger, So that's what I see from it.
And like I said, I don't have the video, but I do have this. And y'all can see the knockout right there. As y'all can see,
Clean land. Clean land.
he pointed at he pointed at his ankle. I'm not sure if that's the same leg he broke before. I think it was his left leg though. But he patted it and then boom, a clean shot. I'm over here showing you guys with my mouse like you guys can actually see what I'm pointing at. Like, what is wrong with you, Tony? What are you doing?
We got good imaginations. I feel you.
Clean right to the. It's like shots right to the chin this weekend was the thing.
Yep. Yep.
But all right, before we get into the Q&A, which we're going to jump right in because everybody wants to know your story, Mr. William, Mr. Seize the Day.
Yep. Really excited.
Well, shout out to my guy Lamborghini Landon. He inspired this next segment, which is called Unbelievably Crazy. So what I do is I go online before every episode and find some of the craziest things I could find and bring it on here to talk about it and just to get some fun into the podcast. You ready for the unbelievably crazy for your episode, Mr. Miller?
Yes, I'm ready. I'm ready.
He's like, I'm ready to answer my questions, bro. Get this over with. No, I'm just kidding. All right.
Yep.
So today's unbelievably crazy is I saw it on Explaining's Instagram channel, so you guys can go check them out on Instagram. But it says there was more to this post, but I only highlighted a couple. It says even more facts that sound fake but are true. Ooh, let's see what they talking about. So the first thing they said is the population of Earth would fit in Texas at the same density as New York City. How many of you guys been to New York City? Y'all know how jam-packed New York City is, right? We all know how big Texas is. So they're saying if you from border to border, you get everybody in the world and just throw them into Texas, and they will fit shoulder to shoulder like that. I haven't fact checked this to make sure it was true, but we're just having fun because it's unbelievably crazy. Don't
So
y'all think?
basically, like all of the people in the entire world will fit perfectly into the state of Texas.
Yep.
That's what they're saying.
And I heard some of them depending on,
So imagine how it would look like if they were just stuffed into Alaska. They'd probably have a little bit more room.
Yep.
Well, technically, Alaska is the biggest state in the United States land-wise. They always see William is very smart.
He is. Well, he's probably the most traveled of all of us. We'll get to that though.
Y'all ready for the next one? The next one is how many of you guys love ice cream?
I love ice cream.
You guys love ice cream?
I had ice cream tonight. Yeah.
Delicious.
What's your favorite flavor? Mine is cookies and cream. And chocolate chip cookie dough.
Same. Cookie dough.
Cookie dough ice cream? Yeah, that was the best.
Nobody likes cherry or fruit flavors. All right. That's just me. That's fine. Cherry, vanilla, whatever.
Nobody's dissing the fruit flavors. I just like cookies and cream. And
I don't know that there's many ice creams I don't like. Let's just put it that way.
Well, I found out that Haagen-Dazs doesn't mean anything. It was just a made-up name that sounded cool for the brand. If you translate it to any language in the world, it doesn't translate to anything.
Yeah.
What are y'all thoughts on that?
That's crazy. I thought it was German, or it just meant I like it or something like that, but I don't know. That's crazy.
Yup. It must have been just a cool marketing brand just to get people like, oh, Haagen-Dazs, let me try that.
Yep.
Yep, that's all it is. And last but not least, oh my,
Hey,
you
the
right.
chat said birthday cake. I agree with that.
That's Car. Was that no? That's not Carlos.
Birthday cake.
Birthday cake.
That's definitely a good flavor.
Yeah,
Props on that.
props on that. The last one you guys might found crazy is Netflix was founded a year before Google. So I find that interesting because it doesn't seem like Netflix been around that long. So what year do you guys think Google was founded?
2005.
98.
Nope. You were right on the head.
98 or 99, if I remember right. But
Google was founded in 1998.
98, yeah.
So Google grown.
Yeah.
Google grown.
Yep.
Google's
They were waiting for that hardwire, that
Yeah, man, I'm
streaming
only 10.
service.
I don't know.
Yeah, Google's 27 years old. So that means Netflix is 28.
Yep. They needed that fiber optic so he could stream it. So didn't need no more cable. But that's crazy though. That's taking that long to grow, and then they exploded.
Oh, shout out to my boy Deuce, who's been on this show more than anybody, besides me and Carlos. Yeah, Deuce been on this show about 3 times already. Shout out to Deuce. You got a comment in the chat, Mr. William. Somebody, they said you're the big dog. You agree with that?
I agree with that. Big dog.
All right, you ready for your Q&A?
I'm ready.
You ready to answer some questions?
I am ready.
Oh, he said, oh, you get one of these, man. You said, you're the first guest to just say our motto out loud like that, man. I told y'all he's one of one. You get one of these. You're one of these. All right.
Road. Let's go.
Let's go. William Miller.
Let's go.
Q&A. Here we go. Question number 1. For those of folks that don't know you, besides your background, what inspired you to become a motivational speaker?
What inspired me mostly to become a motivational speaker is when I was 8 years old, there was lots of street racing, right? And my grandma almost got hit by a car. So I went to my local city government and I spoke to them. Like, what can you guys do to fix this? It's not safe. And I spoke, they listened, together we made change. And they put up a traffic light 6 months later. And I realized I'm actually pretty good at the speaking. So I spoke in New York, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Phoenix, soon to be Chicago. So, yep, that's basically my background story.
That's awesome, man.
Amazing. It's amazing stuff.
I love it. So following up with that now, everybody's got a motto. We got a motto on the Be Ready Sport podcast, and I want to know what your motto is and why you believe it is important. So share that with us.
My big motto is, you know, everybody, all the kids are distracted on video games. They're not being focused. They're only focused on leveling up this fake character. And my entire motto is like, level up your character in real life. Like, who would you be if you put the same energy you put in the games into real life? Who would you be? You could be anyone, anything. Nothing is impossible. So my biggest motto is level up your character in real life, not in the games.
Boom.
Boom. Real quick, we got to sound the alarm, Mr. Miller.
Yes, sir.
Special shout out to BFL for subscribing to the channel on live, on real time. So we want to thank you. See, Mr. Miller, you done inspired someone to subscribe to the channel.
There we go.
Thank you, BFL. And Carlos, thanks you as well in the chat. And he says your answer your first question is big time and great job.
Good deal. Good deal. Motto: leveling up your character in real life, not just in fantasy land or on a video game. I love that. Sounds like a good t-shirt idea. What do you think, Coach?
I think it's a great t-shirt idea.
I'm just saying that's your idea. So
like that already.
You do?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'll buy 10 of them.
You know, Mr. Miller, we got to get that mass distributed. And if we don't see it, Mr. Miller, I'm going to get on the plane. Carlos knows how much I love flying. I'm going to go to your neck of the woods. I'm going to do one of these. Your dad's going to answer and I'm say, "Hi, I'm here to see Mr. Miller." Say, "Hey, Mr. Miller, Coach T is here." And you're going to run down the stairs. Say, "Hey, Coach T," and I'm going to say, "Where's those t-shirts?"
We got to motivate other people just like you're motivating everybody on the podcast right now. So keep that up. That's awesome, man.
Everybody can get my t-shirt or all of my products on www.itswilliammiller.com.
Say that one more time. Say that one more time for us.
Everybody can get my products on www.itswilliammiller.com.
Itswilliammiller.com. Excellent. We're going to definitely check that out. Everybody check out his website, itswilliammiller.com. And we're going to jump right into the third question here because I value and respect your time, young man. What is an event that you spoken that really meant the most to you? Maybe it was recent, but what was an event that you spoke at or maybe just attended that really meant a lot to you?
Yeah, it's probably going to be the one I just got back from a little bit ago. It's at Turning Point USA. I was a reporter for Make America Gospel Again, and it's just really big because I got to meet lots of important people, interview them, like Grant Cardone, the Secretary of Treasury, lots of congressmen, lots of people that have good connections. And that's really one big thing for the speaking. I didn't speak that day, but I got to meet lots of important people. And really for the speaking, when I went to LA for Speakpreneur, I spoke there and I felt like I made the biggest impact because there's lots of good people that understand my story, and I felt like I impacted the most there.
That's awesome, man. Sounds like you're already building a strong network that you're going to be able to expand and influence and even tap into in the future, as well as making a great influence with your speaking engagements. So that's awesome, man.
Well, real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, Coach.
You got some questions in Instagram done lit up when you're in Q&A, Mr. Miller. Young Juice _ next up said, "Preach in 5 E's, 3 C's, and 7 H's." He wants to know how old you are.
I am 10 years old.
10 years old, everybody.
10 years old.
Awesome.
And C. Reyes Iceman said, "Great program." So they're loving your episode on Instagram.
Thank you, everybody.
All right.
Sweet.
Let's go ahead and keep this Q&A keep this Q&A going, Mr. Brandon.
Yeah. Let's switch gears into sports a little bit. You're obviously in multiple sports. Which one's your favorite and why?
Yeah, I am in lots of sports. I'm in baseball, swimming, Muay Thai. I do camping, hiking, fishing, bowling. I do lots of stuff, and some of my favorite sports are swimming and baseball because and some people that I really look up to in these sports are Michael Phelps. I just love watching him swim, do the butterfly, and beat the world record. And somebody in baseball is Luis Gonzalez. He used to play way before I was born, back in the 2001 or something.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for making me feel old.
Dang.
Way before I was born.
Hey,
And
what do you like? What do you like about Luis's game? I didn't ask you that, but what did you like about it? He was Mr. Consistent to us, but real world class guy. What did you like about his game?
yeah, some stuff I really liked about his game. He was a really good player, disciplined, and I just really liked his style. And now I was gonna say some speakers that I really look up to too is Steve Harvey. Like Steve Harvey is the best, man. I I love him because he really helps out the youth. He loves Jesus, trusts in Jesus, and he's really funny. And he dresses really nice, but I think I could show him how to dress.
You do look dressed to the T's, man. You look great. You look great. We got a chat that asked you, since you play baseball, what's your favorite baseball team?
Favorite baseball team? It's got to be either the Arizona Diamondbacks or New York Yankees.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, he had to say the Yankees.
The diversity there, right? Well, respect to Arizona because that's where you're from, right, William? You gotta root for the home team. So,
but I will tell you, Mr. Miller, thank you for providing us with our World Series win the year before last. I greatly appreciate the Yankees for that.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Coach T.
Great.
Come on, man. You got to understand trash talk. You're supposed to come back with something, man. Not thank you, Coach T. Come on, Mr. Miller.
Yeah. No.
Motivate me to be a Yankees fan. I'm kidding. Don't do that. It's going to be very difficult for you to do.
You won't win that battle.
My co-host told me to get you. He said get him.
Yeah.
He's not a Yankees fan either.
Hey, dive into that. You said Steve Harvey. Who's another person that you'd love to sit down with and just pick their brain, maybe mentor you or, interview them for what they do?
Maybe Jocko or David Goggins. I've actually met David Goggins. It was at an Inspire tour, and I asked him if I could get up on stage and do push-ups with them. So he grabbed me up, did about 45 push-ups, and then dabbed them up, got off stage, and he's like, dang, did a kid just ask me to do push-ups with them? Yeah, it was crazy.
That's awesome.
Definitely Jocko or David Goggins, because I only got to see David Goggins for a little bit, but it'd be really nice if I could see him, like meet him in person, talk to him. And really Andrew Tate. Tate is a really big influence to me. I watch his videos a lot. He's really awesome. Andrew Tate.
A lot of great masculine men, a lot of good mentors out there. And that sounds like quite an aspiration that you have there. Those guys are good. Well, they're more famous than we are, but we're really glad that you've got some people in your life that you want to pursue and learn from. So, tell me this. This is kind of a bigger question about the world, because you're an agent of change, right? You got the traffic light in, and six months later, and you realize that if you speak out and you speak with persuasion and passion and motivation and belief, that people will listen to you and take action. So if you could change one thing about the world, what would it be and why?
Yeah, there's lots of crazy things going on in the world today, and that's a pretty hard question, but something I would really like to change about the world is that there's so much violence in the world today. people hurting each other, killing each other, and so disrespectful. And I'd really change that. Everybody could be nice to each other and be very peaceful. Like when I was in Japan, everybody was so nice. I got caught in the biggest fireworks show in the world at that moment, and at the end when everybody was trying to get out, and reminder, there's more people there than there was people in Times Square in New Year's Eve.
Mhm.
Over 2 million people.
Yeah.
And the cops were pushing them with tape in, and they weren't screaming, "Oh, I know my rights," like how Americans would, being rude. "I know my rights. I know my rights." But these Japanese people were being kind, nice, and they're just following the law. And we were able to get out there safe and not getting trampled over 100 million or 1 million people, right?
That's cool, man. I love hearing a respectful young man like yourself looking and acknowledging when the world around them isn't respectful, and wanting to be that agent of change to show respect to those in authority. And even if we don't always agree on everything that's going on around us, to treat each other with respect and love and kindness. And unless you're in the ring like Jake Paul and you can break a jaw, violence is usually not the answer, right? So we gotta learn how to be great citizens. And I'm glad that you got a chance to see that in Japan, where respect is really big. Respect is really big. It's a cool place in Japan. From what everybody that I've heard, I would love to travel as much as you at the age of 10. But let's see here. We've got you're already living everybody's dream in traveling. That's kind of the segue I want to make. You've gone to Japan, Vegas, Hawaii. You said 7 times. You're going to Chicago to speak. You've been to New York. You've been to a TPUSA event. You've been to all sorts of stuff. Just from that standpoint, what's maybe just your favorite place? What's your favorite place out of all the places you've been? Maybe not just the people, but just the places.
Yeah, some of my favorite places I've been is definitely Japan and Hawaii. As I was saying, Japan, everybody's so nice. People are so friendly. People are so friendly. They respect your culture. And in Hawaii, I'm actually gonna go there after Christmas on January 26th. So that'll be an 8th time. So it'll be really awesome.
Dang.
And I also went to Thailand. That was pretty cool. People were nice there too.
If you need anyone to
Did you
go
go there
with you,
for
Coach
Muay Thai?
T and I, we're happy to be your bodyguards if you ever need to go out to Hawaii for the 8th time. We'll be love to, especially if we're on the beach, overlooking the sunset, with the, ice cream or some cookies and cream. We'll be happy to help you out. Just so you know.
Yeah, I'm my own bodyguard.
Oh, I know.
You heard that.
Oh man, he don't need a bodyguard. This guy does Muay Thai. If you haven't seen that.
Yeah, did you real quick? Did you go there for Thailand for Muay Thai? Because that's one of the
No,
biggest places for Muay Thai is Thailand.
yes, that's where Thailand comes off of. And I did not go there for Muay Thai because I didn't have no schedule. I just really wanted to go there, see the culture, see monkeys running around in the city and stuff. And we also did get to see professional Muay Thai fights.
That's cool. Well, I used to I'll get into that in a minute because I want to hear some of your Muay Thai stuff. But you recently had the honor of being featured on a cover of Time magazine, and Coach popped this up there. Tell us a little bit about that experience and the photo shoot and how that all came about.
Yeah, when I went on Time magazine, it all started like a little bit after my birthday, and my dad got this call from a random number, and he's like, "Hello," and they're like, "This is Time with this is Time, and we'd really love if your son could be featured in one of our magazines." And we were like, "What?" And we gave them all of our information, how to contact us, and after that, nothing really happened, right? And then a couple months later, uh, we get the call from Time. They're like, quickly go get a picture, a professional picture of you in one of your suits, get a haircut, and and take a really good picture because you're going to be featured on the cover of Time magazine. I'm like, what? So we got a picture, did my hair, got a haircut, and as you can see on the screen, that's what happened.
That's
You
very
look
big.
good, man. You look
That's-
good.
I'm
that's
actually
big
wearing the same suit that I'm wearing in that picture, just with the vest. I don't have the jacket on.
Sharp, man. Very sharp. No, that's the coolest thing ever. And all because you had a cause, you spoke up about it, and folks listened to you and did something about it. I'm not patronizing you by saying I'm proud of you, but for your age, being 10 years old and making that kind of change, you worked hard to get there. And I'm proud of you for being on the front page of Time magazine. Chad, if you can't see it, we got it up on the screen. Right there, driving change. William, TFK's Kid of the Month, asked his town leaders to protect pedestrians, and obviously you've heard the backstory of that. So that's phenomenal, dude. Really proud of you. That's exciting. I got a couple more questions if you got a couple minutes. Are you cool with that?
Yep.
Awesome.
Really, Carlos? My co-host wants to know how much gel do you put in your hair?
Oh, it's not gel. It's this thing called mousse. It's like a
Yep.
a foam spray. You spray it on your hand. You rub it against your hand, put it in your hair, and that's how it turns out.
See, Carlos, he's big time. He doesn't use hair gel.
Yep.
That's a thing of the past, bro. You gotta step up to the moves. Maybe I need to hook you. Maybe you and William need to get together here and give you some advice. I know I'm too late because my hair is gone.
I'm wearing a hat for a reason right now.
It's too late to give me hair advice, but
yeah. No.
So he says Oh, okay. Never mind.
There you go.
He says he uses it too. All right, let's get these last two questions.
You young people got too much time to do your hair. I'm telling you, man. But let's get these last two questions in. Hey, sports. This is we got a lot of basketball. We got a lot of athletes, football players on the watch this podcast, listening. But you've done and studied Muay Thai quite a bit. Tell us about your favorite move in Muay Thai and why you like it.
Yeah, my favorite move in Muay Thai and why I like it is the move is the front kick, because our coach was once telling us before a tournament that this beats that, and front kick beats everything. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. Make sure to remember that. And it actually came in handy because there's this incident at the playground. These like 4 or 5 kids tried to jump me, right? I was waiting for my best friend. He told me to meet up at the basketball court, right? And these 4 kids came up behind me, grabbed my arms so I couldn't move. Like 4 kids, so I couldn't move. And this one kid, he's like, William, I'm gonna mess you up. And he came running to punch me right in the stomach, and I front kicked him. He went flying. All the kids let go of me. I ran to tell the teacher, and that was that.
Boom.
You front kicked him with shoes on?
Yeah, front kicked him.
Man, that is lethal. You want to hear my front? You want to hear my front kid's kick story? It's not as cool as yours. Well, I won't say bullying is cool, but you got them off you. That's the only thing that makes it cool. I got disqualified in an event for using a front kick. What happened was we were at a jiu-jitsu tournament. Um, I think I was like 8 or 9 years old, and our age group, we weren't allowed to hit in the head, right? So I used to use my front kick as a setup for my knockout. So it's kind of like how they use jab in boxing. That's how I use my front kick. I just keep it up there like boom, 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 back up, then the fight's over. However, the kid decides he wants to lean in for a takedown as soon as I threw my front kick, and I hit him right in the bridge of his nose and broke his nose, and I got disqualified.
Damn.
Well, it works, obviously.
Yeah, but the front kick is lethal.
Front kick beats everything, right?
As long as you use the ball of your foot and not your toes, because if I didn't curl my toes and use the ball of my foot, I would have broke every single one of my toes on his forehead.
Yeah, so the front kick you're talking about is like the Chinese front kick to the face, right? So my front kick, I'm allowed to use my toes because I front kick right in the chest, and that's how he goes flying. Loses balance, goes flying, and yep, that's my move.
Yeah, but he decided at the same time I was using my front kick as my jab, like they do in boxing. He wanted to go for a takedown, and my front kick caught him. I mean, when I said it echoed, it said Phew. It was a loud echo. It like kind of right in the bridge of his nose, fractured his nose right on sight. I was like, It was so gross, but I got disqualified.
All right, last one, and this is a question that audience is probably wanting to know. What a lot of parents of these athletes are going to want to know. But what advice? Obviously you're young, but you have wisdom, and that's one thing that's rare in this world, right? And as you continue to grow up, you'll become more and more mature and continue to be wiser, and you've got great parents that are leading you in that direction. But what's some advice that, now that you've overcome and you've seen some things and you've dealt with some sports, adversity in your life, and even, just in dealing with the situation with your grandma and the city council, that you had to stand up all by yourself in front of everybody and talk to them. What advice are you going to give young athletes that are maybe they're struggling in their sport right now, or they're in a slump, or they're dealing with some competition at their school ball team, or they don't get the respect they deserve? What's some advice that you can give those young athletes that are dealing with adversity?
Yeah, some advice I'd give these young athletes are like, every ball you miss in baseball or you mess up in swimming, get disqualified. Like, that's fuel for the next game. Like, you don't want to do that again. And all of these fails, it's fuel, and you get mad, and you use all of this as fuel. So once it's the next game, you push all of that rage out, and then you play your best performance.
I wish I would have met you when I was 8, 9 years old, because I had a lot of rage because I was really mad that I got disqualified.
That's great advice, honestly, and I hope that everybody listening and watching the podcast will follow him. William Miller Speaker. He's on Instagram. It's williammiller.com is his.
Hold on, Brendan. You're going a little bit ahead of.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're going a little bit ahead.
I'm sorry.
We do that at the show wrap up. We're not there yet, but we do have your Instagram and all that in the link of the video. You okay, William?
Yep, I'm good.
Sweet.
All right.
Those are great answers, buddy.
Feeling great.
You ready for everyone's favorite part of the show?
Let's go.
It's called the show and tell. You know what we call it, the show and tell?
Why you call it that?
Take a guess, Will.
We show something and we tell about something.
Yes, I knew you was a genius. Yes, it's a show and tell. It's a part of the show you didn't know about. So you thought it was over after the Q&A. Brandon did too. He was about
Sorry,
he
that's
was
my
about to
first time.
he was about to let you go.
My
No,
first
this is
time.
this is our guest favorite part of the show because we tell we do the Q&A. We introduce you to and about how great you are. Now you get to show everybody how great you are. So we show you what what we have, and you tell it about it. Tell us about it. So that's why it's called show and tell. Awesome, right? He's like, Coach, man, I don't like surprises, bro. You should have told me this in the green room before the show. You're looking at Dad like, Dad, come on, you set me up too. William was like, come on, bro. No, you're gonna love it. This is everyone's favorite
Now
part.
I'm prepared. I'm prepared. I'm ready. I'm ready.
But before we show your photos on our 100th episode, we are going to show the top the top photos that we've had from all of our first 100th episode. So me and Carlos, we have decided so far, I think we have about 6, maybe 7 photos. So I'm going to show you the ones that have made it to the 100th episode. You ready? So what you get to do, we show it, you vote on it 1 through 5. That you I got a message that came across my phone that kind of distracted me for a second. Um you gonna vote 1 through 5. 5 mean that this picture is so awesome. We need to keep it on there forever. 1 meaning like, Coach, man, this picture is terrible. You need to take it off the internet and burn it and never show it again.
Okay.
All right. You ready for the first one?
Ready. Ready.
I think this one we're going to keep on here to show for our 100th episode. What do you think about this picture that this guy sent us?
And that's a 5.
So why is this one a 5, Mr. William?
Man, look at it. It's beautiful. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Picture's beautiful. Beautiful.
So you think this one deserves to be on that 100th
Who's
episode?
that young man right there? Who's that young man right there?
One of our previous guests that we
Is
had
that
on
me?
here, we had him on here on our 90th episode. He was a motivational speaker. His name was William Miller.
William Miller. Yeah,
Kind of similar to your name.
Yeah, I think I know that guy.
So he gives it a 5. What about you, Brandon? You give this what do you rate it?
Oh, 5 for sure, man. Not every day you get somebody from the front page of Time. So,
Mama V, she's one of our producers of the show. She messaged me periodically throughout the show. She says you're a young Trump. I don't know how you feel about that comment. She says our producer says you're a young Trump. What do you got to say to Miss V for that?
I'm a young William Miller.
there you go, bro. There you go.
She's gonna kill me. She's like, my message to you.
You trying to start things now? So
she's gonna kill me because she's like, my message to you during the show is supposed to be private. You're not supposed to share it, Tony. That's what she's gonna tell me.
All respect for Trump, but I'm also a young William Miller.
That's great. That's a great answer there. That's a great answer, son. Good job.
My co-host Carlos says that it should be on the 100th episode, so he agrees with you. All right, here's the next one. We're just going to vote 1 through 5, and you just tell us why on these. This is from Jace Winston, who's a baseball player that we had on here. We got mixed reactions on this photo, but I want to hear yours. What do you give it? 1 out of 5. Since you play baseball, I think this would be a good one for you to vote on. Uh-oh.
That's got to be a possible 3 because I love the picture, right?
Amazing.
But it's kind of blurry and it might need a little bit more just a little bit more work into it because it's very blurry.
This is the first possible that we've ever gotten on the Be Ready Sports podcast. He got a possible. Dad, Mr. Miller, Mr. Big Miller, I did the first thing I think I've ever done in the history of your child's life. I had him speechless.
There you go.
What is dad? Is dad giving me a funny face, William?
Not too funny. Not too funny.
We had him speechless for a second.
Huh.
All right, this is from our one of our previous guests, JD Duffy, football player. Um, my bad, Brandon. I didn't have you vote on that last one, but since it got a possible, I'm just going to move on.
Is that an AI?
Everybody asked that. I need to ask him if this AI or not. I am not sure. I never asked him. If it was AI, would it sway your vote?
3.
3. Okay.
3.
What about you, Brandon? What do you give it?
I go with the 2. I like seeing people's faces.
Yeah.
And I'm more the image of God versus the image of Satan kind of guy.
Oh my gosh! Don't do Mr.
That's
JD
exactly
like
what I
that.
was thinking. Like,
Yeah.
it's not
He's probably tough, but he probably got a better face than that ghost mask. So
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. This is my guy Lambo Landon, who
he got some muscles for sure.
remember I told you who inspired the unbelievably crazy segment. That's this guy,
There you
and
go.
that's not AI. This one I know is not AI. That was actual fire, and that's his Instagram handle at the top. So what do you vote on this one out of 1 out of 5?
4. 4.
Oh,
Yeah, for sure.
Lambo, you got a 4. He's probably doing a backflip, eating a Slim Jim right now.
It's the arm sleeve. It's a money arm sleeve. I haven't seen that one yet, so that's getting me a 4.
Okay, so he gets a 4. And here's another one that he sent in. So he actually has 2. That's his nickname, Lambo.
5.
Yep.
Ooh. And why you give it a 5?
Looks good. Looks good.
Looks good. All right, Brandon, what do you give it?
Very bright. Very bright.
Yeah, I think the previous one. I think the previous one was better. I would say this is a 4 again. But then that makes the previous one like a 4.5 because I like the fire in the hands and the arm sleeve and the whole setup. This one obviously is got more work to it, but still pretty tight. That's why I say I leave it as a 4 because he's got his brand. He's building that brand with Lambo Landon, bro. I love it.
It's funny you just mentioned that because we've been, I've been working with him on working with him on his brand. So
For sure.
So I'm glad that you mentioned that. All right, we got a few more, and then we'll get into yours, Mr. Miller. This is a guy that I know very personally, Mr. Camden Herzinski. He's a 5th grader, basketball player, of course. He put this together when he made his middle school team as a 5th grader. So at his school, they allow 5th graders on their middle school team.
It's 2.
Why 2? Why you do my boy like that?
It definitely needs more work into it. More work. That's all I gotta say.
All right, I'm not going to bash your vote because I never did that to anybody else. So wow, you got a 2, Camden. You got to step your game up, bro. You got a 2.
No, I bet you you could get a clear picture of him and that bump that up to a 4 or 5.
Right.
So I think it's, first of all, the accomplishment of playing in middle school as a 5th grader where they let you do that is incredible. So don't let the score, hit you, Lance. For Franklin Academy there, that's quite the feat.
He's not. No, he's not. He's going to keep balling.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. This next one is from Tate Medina, who is actually in the Instagram chat as we speak. So no pressure. He's going to want to see your vote in real time. But there's his photo. What do you guys rank this one, Mr. Miller?
That's 5. That's 5.
No,
It's a little bit blurry, but that looks pretty nice. It's 5.
it's blurry on your end.
To me, it looks kind of blurry, but it's a 5.
Oh, okay. Got me to 5. And I saw you, Brandon. You put up 5 fingers, so you give
I
it
put
a
up
5.
5 because his eyes are the ones that you're focused on. If it was his hands and his eyes were blurry, then I'd switch it, be like 3 or 4. But I like to see guys, even if they got a mask, part of your brand is how you look. What's your game face? So that's why I love that. I do like his hands out, but I like that the camera is zoomed in and focused on his eyes. And that just looks tough right there. So I'm a 5 on this one.
Yeah, Deuce agrees. He actually said that a 5 twice. All right, last but not least, this is from our guy Remy Payne, another football player and our first actor that we've had on here. So he's doing other stuff just like you, Mr. Miller. This one is actually wasn't a picture. They didn't have any pictures for the show and tell. They asked me to do it, so I did this work from one of his videos. It actually took me 45 minutes to get it to look like this. So that's Remy's picture.
Oh,
Go ahead, be brutal, Mr. Miller. What do you vote? What do you rank my work? I mean, what do you rank his photo?
3.
3?
3. 3.
Not bad. Why a 3?
I mean, it's just a 3.
Just a 3.
There's something.
Okay. It's not a bad. That's not bad. 3 out of 5 is not bad. What about you, Mr. Miller? I mean, Brandon.
yeah. I see where you're going too with the smoke and everything. So maybe I see things that William didn't see, or maybe I just rank it higher. But I was gonna go with 4 because I think I also like, again, I see his focus, his intention, his locked in face. Again, I'm big on the face. When it comes to athlete, your biggest brand is how your eyes are and how your face is when you're locked in. So no matter what special effects you got going on around you, if that's the focus, and I can see that this kid is locked in, I'm going to tap for 4, at least 4.
All right. And I kind of fibbed. I got one more. I saved this one for last because I think since it's your favorite color, it's going to sway your vote on this one, Mr. Miller. Yeah, you didn't know. I know you knew what your favorite color was. Yeah, I do my homework on my guests before I bring them on here. You ready to see it?
Ready?
All right, this is from my man Montana McBride. So what do you say? What do you rate this one?
That's a 3.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's a 3. I think it could have a little bit more detail, and I don't know what's going on with the basketball floating in the background, but yeah, it's a 3. It's a 3.
He was actually flipping it in the air when they were taking a picture.
Just flipping it. Yep. First of all, I love that Evo Wilson. So I can testify that's one of the best shooting basketballs on the planet. A little bias here, but wishing our high school would use those instead of the old Evolutions. But hey, I love the Evo. I'm going to give it a 4 just because I love him dishing 2 Evos at the same time. I'm sure that kid can double dribble with 2 balls and do all sorts of stuff. Smoke, a great effect. It's a sharp image. We'll go with a 4 on that.
4. All right. So now let's get into your photos, Mr. Miller, so we can do the show and tell. And you just tell us about these, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you said you do one of your multiple sports, and one of you mentioned was fishing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So tell us a little bit about this.
Yeah, I went camping and we went fishing outside, and that specific camping trip, I was the only person that caught a fish that day. So, or
Mm,
that entire camping trip. So
that
it
was
was pretty big catch. Nice catch.
I like that.
Mhm.
All right, and you also said you play baseball. That was one of your top sports. Did you do competitively?
Yep.
All right, so there you go with the Yankees hat on. Boo! No, I'm just kidding. I like that Yankees hat. That's a very nice one. I like the black on the white, and you got a little ring right there that you showing us. What what event was this, and what did you win? Obviously, you won a ring, but I'm just you know what I mean.
Yeah. So this picture wasn't really. I wasn't really playing that day. It was just I was a bat boy for one of these bigger kids. Uh, and they were playing and they got second, or they lost the game, but we still got those rings.
Also, they got a second place ring, and
Yeah,
they're like,
finally.
oh, you were there, and they were like, oh, you get one too.
Mhm.
Still pretty cool. I got one of those too. I'm not going to
Yes.
show it though. All right. And you did say that one of your favorite kicks is the front kick, right?
Yep, front kick.
Bam!
Haha.
There you go. Look like you ready to fight Jake Paul right here.
Knock him out.
Jake Paul, you catching strays.
Yep.
All right, tell us a little bit about this. It looked like you're at your dojo training, and tell us a little bit about your trainer here. And he is bracing for that kick, boy.
Yes, my trainer's name is Coach Javi. Javi, and yes, this was at one of my tournaments. I front kicked, and it was definitely a good picture, as you could see everyone in the background, because it was a pretty big fight.
How did you and how did that tournament end for you?
Oh, I didn't I didn't win that tournament because I wasn't really prepared. Every time I threw a kick, the kid would catch my kick and trip me. So I didn't win. I didn't win that tournament, but it was still a pretty good experience.
Oh, learned a lesson.
Mhm.
You gotta learn to counter that when somebody grabs your leg.
Yeah.
But that's all right. Better you bounce back for the next one.
Mhm.
Okay, where are we? All right. So here I'm gonna call you the Mr. Shiny Suit. Here you go, right here.
Boom.
Yep. That
Shiny
was
suit.
at Speakpreneur, and yep, that was at Speakpreneur, and I spoke the other the other day, and as you can see, there's a little pin on my jacket. I was the guy that owns the whole business. He has this thing called the inner circle, and I actually did so well on my speech that he invited me into the inner circle.
Nice.
That is cool.
Mhm.
I'll be asking more questions. I'll be asking a lot of questions. You say inner circle. What do you mean by that?
Yes, it's
That's
basically
a no,
the
no,
guy.
no. I'm just saying that was what I would have been asking him. I'm like, what's the
Oh,
inner circle? All right, you ready for the next one? I think
I'm ready. I'm ready.
we're almost at the end here. This one you noticed from the advertisement.
Oh, yep, I know that one. I was also speaking that day too. It was in Las Vegas. It was called Kids Multicultural World Event in Las Vegas, and it was really cool because I was speaking, and they t- they told everybody to bring your flags and stuff, and just promote your flag, and I brought the American flag because it was kids multicultural, and I brought the American flag. It was I spoke really good that day.
And I love it. I love it.
Yep.
I love it. All right. And now the next one here, we have you showing you speaking again.
Yep.
What's
That was at the same Speakpreneur event. That's the right before Paul Getter, the main guy gave me the gift of the inner circle, and I spoke really well like that day too, and got invited into the inner circle.
awesome? That is pretty cool and pretty awesome right there, man.
Yep.
What's your longest speech that you've done?
My longest speech that I've done is about 2 minutes. 2 minutes, or not 2 minutes. 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
That's great. That's great, man.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. All right, next one. Uh oh. All right, here we go. You got first place in this one.
Huh. That was a Spartan race. I was racing that day, and it was called the Spartan race. And across the finish line, got that medal, and got up there to take the picture.
I like it. I like it. I like it. And again, you also said one of the top sports that you have was swimming, right?
Yep, swimming.
So let's talk about this one.
Yep, that was at practice, and it was really, really, really cold that day, right? And so right when I was done, right when I was done with practice, I just got right into my jacket with all my gear still on.
He's like, you ready to get up out of there?
Yep.
All right, last one. We're going to shift back to baseball.
And guys, I'm sorry, I don't want to mess anything up, but I got another meeting, and can we wrap it up?
And how much time do you have?
Little bit, 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
All right. Remember, you guys got to tell me this stuff ahead of time because I did tell you it can go from 1.5 to 2 hours.
Yep.
You guys got to let me know this stuff ahead of time before we book.
Sorry about that.
All right.
Yep. That was at one of my baseball tournaments. We won the game, and I was a catcher that day. I was a really good catcher, and that was a picture afterwards.
All right. Pretty cool. Pretty. That was pretty cool. So that was a great. Um, Just great. You know, first half of the show and tell with the photo portion. Normally at this time, I will ask my co-host what is his thoughts on it, and then we go into the video portion of
Love
the
them
show
all.
and tell, which we did have a few, but we'll pick that up on another time. So what we'll do, we just go get it, or we'll get into the wrap up. Around, all right. So normally at this time, you'll give your final shout outs. And let the audience know where they can find you on social media, whatever websites you have. Well, I know you don't have TikTok, but anywhere where they can find you. Go ahead.
Yeah, you can find me at www.itswilliammiller.com on Instagram, and that's basically it. www.itswilliammiller.com. And some final words I have before I leave is never stop, never quit, always believe in God, always trust in God, and follow your heart.
Amen to that. And before we go, guys, make sure y'all, again, like we told you earlier, like, share, subscribe to the channel. That gets more views on here, and you can see a lot of athletes like we have Mr. Miller here. We did show earlier his website that he spoke about. Go to www.itswilliammiller.com. Sign in and support him by getting some of his merchandise. And speaking of support, we also have from one of our previous guests, Mr. Theron West. That's his website here, silentfear.online. You can check out some of his merchandise that he has as well. And lastly, if you want to donate to the show, keeps us upgrading. You can donate using Zelle at 954-664-8962. And you will catch this show on the replay going forward after we close it. For the live stream, it'll be on YouTube for as long as we want to keep it up, which it'll be forever. All right. All right. So let's go ahead and count us out, Mr. Brandon.
All right. All right. You know what's coming, right, William? When I count down, what you got? 3, 2, 1.
And y'all, if you want to be ready,
stay ready.
All right, check us out Wednesday night for episode 91. No, that's Christmas Eve. I don't think we're shooting Christmas Eve. Scratch that. Friday. Gotta be ready, stay ready.